Oh my gosh, it's happening! We've got our first glimpse at what the new Goosebumps TV show is gonna look like. Alright, so let me back up a bit. So Disney Plus shared a survey with a small group of people that talked about some of their upcoming shows. One of the questions was about Goosebumps, and included with that question was a poster for the new Goosebumps series. Now the image was shared on Reddit, so it makes you wonder, is this real or is this like a fan-made poster? I feel like it's real, and based on everything I've seen, it's basically like almost 100% confirmed to be real. And I mean, if it is fake, this is a phenomenal fake image. Now the first thing that we probably all noticed is that Slappy's right in the middle. If it's not Slappy, then I don't have any idea who it is. Now what I found interesting is that if you look closely, it looks like he's wearing some kind of hat. And if you look down at his body, it looks like he's wearing a coat or something. I'm pretty much convinced this is Slappy, but this is definitely a different look for him. The other thing that's a bit odd too is the fact that he's smiling at me. Like, it doesn't look that terrifying. He honestly looks kind of friendly. Now in the reflection of the glass, you can see various different faces, and these are all the different actors who have already been confirmed for the show. The other really noticeable thing is that it seems like the show's gonna be called Goosebumps Resurrection. Now it doesn't seem like Goosebumps Resurrection is the official 100% set in stone title. In the Reddit post, someone commented that they also got the survey asking about the Goosebumps show. However, in that survey they called it Goosebumps The Haunting. I didn't honestly think they were gonna call it anything specific. I thought they'd just call it Goosebumps, Disney Plus or whatever. But I do honestly kind of like they are giving it a specific name, at least it seems so from everything we're looking at right now. Just because, there's Goosebumps the movie, Goosebumps the book series, there's even already a TV show called Goosebumps, so giving it a name to distinguish it from, all that, I kind of like. Now, the plot thickens. Just a few days after this poster got leaked, a second poster got leaked as well. I assume this also came from the Disney Plus survey. This one's a collage of 9 different pictures. Most of them are just pictures of the different cast members on the show. However, one of them's of some sort of white mask and the other is of a house. I'll talk about the mask in a second, but the house really got me thinking. I was trying to think of what in the Goosebumps universe could this be a reference to? The only one I really came up with was Welcome to Dead House, which is probably the first and most obvious thing you think of when you see a picture of a creepy house in something related to Goosebumps. But the shape of the house with the 2 points kind of is similar to the house that appears on the cover of Welcome to Dead House. It could also just be something totally original made up for the new Goosebumps TV show. Now in the Reddit post for this second poster leak, someone also included a description of the new Goosebumps show. I assume this also came from the Disney Plus survey, but this description of the new Goosebumps TV show says, a group of high school students are haunted by supernatural objects and must work together to solve the mystery of why they have been targeted, only to discover that their own parents' teenage secrets may be part of the reason. This is similar to the description we are always hearing in all the, cast member releases and any news article about the new Goosebumps TV show. However, the interesting detail is that the main characters, the high school students, they're going to be haunted by supernatural objects. This makes me think that the objects that these high school students are going to be haunted by are actually monsters from Goosebumps. So it makes me think like Slappy's going to be one of these objects that they get haunted by, and maybe like the haunted mask will be another object that they get haunted by, or maybe dead houses will be another object that will be haunting these high school kids in some form or fashion. My other really big takeaway from both these posters is just that they look very creepy. They're playing up a lot more of the horror aspect of Goosebumps, which is something I am all in favor of. I said it in other videos, but I really want this new Goosebumps show on Disney Plus to really play up more of the horror and less of the silly of Goosebumps. Of course it needs a balance of both because that's what makes Goosebumps Goosebumps, but I feel like the movies, for example, they played up a lot more of the silliness and the comedy of Goosebumps. We got a lot of that, which is great, and I like that, but I think now with the new Goosebumps show on Disney Plus, I'd like for them to play up a bit more of the horror, and judging by these posters, it seems like they're doing that. Now as for that mask that we saw in the second poster, it also appears in the first poster as well if you look really closely. As for what that could be or what monster that might be referencing in the Goosebumps universe, Bjorn from the channel Goosebumps Aussie Fan did a whole video breaking that down, and I definitely agree with what he came up with. So to find out for yourself, watch this video.